Wait a sec. Adding blank spaces to your dock to keep your apps organized, automatically filling out confirmation codes from text messages, and signing documents with a single click are all features built natively into your Mac? Yep, they are, and here are 10 of those secrets starting right here on the desktop. If you're someone who dumps files anywhere on your desktop, making it look like this, you like the following small tweaks that can turn it into this. Here's how to do it. Right-click an empty space and choose Show View Options. First, select Snap to Grid in the Sort choices. This way, whenever you drag and drop a file onto the desktop, it will automatically align neatly without overlapping with other files. It keeps things clean. Second, you can adjust the icon size, the text size, and position the labels to the right of the icons. For me, that makes it much easier to locate the files I'm looking for. And finally, you can check the box that says Show Item Info, so you can always take a quick glance at each file's size. Pretty neat. And this document right here brings me to one of my favorite features, because adding a signature to PDFs on your Mac has never been easier. In the Preview app, click on Tools in the menu bar and hover over Annotate. Go to Signatures and click on Manage Signatures. There are a couple of ways to add a signature. You can either physically sign on a blank piece of paper, hold it in front of your Mac's webcam, and it will convert it into a digital signature. You can also choose your iPhone and sign with your finger on your screen, or even easier, use your iPad and Apple Pencil to add a signature from there. When done, it's transferred to your Mac, and whenever you need them, you can insert your signatures from the Tools menu in the Preview app. Yet, even with the newest M1 and M2 Macs, apps can become unresponsive, meaning you're unable to close them. I'm sure you already know that in those situations, you can force quit an app. In the recent years, I always did this the time-consuming way. Apple logo in the menu bar, force quit, selected the app, and clicked on Force Quit. I was 2 years old when I found out that you can do this right from your dock. Right-click on the unresponsive app and shift your attention to the Quit option. You'll notice that when I hold down the Option key, this transforms into a Force Quit option. Click it, and the unresponsive app is closed and ready for relaunch. And let us stay in the dock, because we all know it can become quite messy with many different apps. If you want to tidy it up a bit, there's actually a way to add blank spaces to your dock, separating apps into categories. Check this out. We've got one column for communication apps, one for creativity apps, and one for organizational apps. You actually won't find a setting for this in the preferences. You need to use the terminal. Open it up using Spotlight Search and type in this command. You'll find it in the video description, so you can copy and paste it. Hit enter and you'll instantly find a transparent app in your dock, which you can drag and drop anywhere to create a blank space. Repeat the process for as often as you want to add further separators. If you later want to get rid of one, you can simply drag and drop the transparent app out of your dock like with any other app. Now, those transparent app icons are an actual hidden feature, but we've got more to talk about. You certainly know those websites asking you to insert a confirmation code they have sent you as a text message. Of course, that's great for security reasons, but it's not that great if you're on your Mac and can't find your iPhone to check the Messages app. To make things easier, get out your iPhone, open the Settings app and scroll down to Messages. Here, go to Text Message Forwarding. Tap the toggle next to your Mac, and from now on, every time you receive one of those one-time passwords, it's not only sent to your iPhone, but also to your Mac. And what's more, your Mac identifies it as a confirmation code and lets you insert it into the text field with one single click. Neat. And we all know how incredibly useful Spotlight Search is, but there's a way to take it to the next level. By using certain commands, you can really narrow down your search and find exactly what you're looking for. Let me explain. Let's say you want to find all emails that contain a specific word. Simply type that word into Spotlight Search and then add kind:\email after it. This will generate a list of only emails that include that word. Likewise, you can use kind:\pdf to search for that word only in PDFs, or kind:\docx for Word documents. You get the idea. Oh, and did I talk about the option to type anything into Spotlight Search? Press Command and B and the search instantly opens in your default browser? Well, Now I have. And whilst we're here in the Safari app, if there's a tab you frequently use and want quick access to, you can easily pin it to your tab bar. Just right-click on the tab and choose Pin Tab. From now on, it will stay fixed at the left side of your tab bar, even if you close and reopen Safari. When the tab is not in use, it shrinks down to save space. And to instantly access it, you can hit Command and 1, and if you have a second pin tab, Command and 2 to quickly switch between them. This is different to adding a website to your favorites, because once you close a tab, it's also removed from your pin tabs. And let's face it, we all rely on ad blockers these days, and sometimes it can lead to situations like this. You come across a website that blocks your access because it detects your ad blocker. Now, instead of completely disabling your ad blocker in the preferences and then re-enabling it afterward, there's a simpler solution. Just click on the 3 dots in the URL bar and choose Reload without content blockers. This will only reload this specific website without your ad blocker, whilst keeping it active in general. Now, if you use an external microphone with your Mac, you know the pain of not being able to switch your Mac input to it directly from your control center. It seems like we're only given the option to switch the output. Well, here's some good news. You don't actually need to go through the detour of opening the system settings. Instead, simply hold down the Option key and click on the sound section in your control center. This will reveal not only the output, but also the input settings. And to make things even more convenient, you can drag the option out of your control center and place it in your menu bar. This way, you'll have a one-click access whenever you need to change the in or output. Pretty neat. And more a gimmick than an actually useful feature is the Memoji user profile. Instead of a standard static image, you have the option to enable an animated Memoji that greets you when you log in. It adds a lively touch to your Apple machine, and you can enable it in the system settings. Click on your name at the top, hover over your profile picture and select Edit. In the Memoji section, you can either create a new Memoji or use one of the pre-created ones. Then you can select a pose and finally change the background color. Save it, and from now on, you see a very disappointed face when you misspell your password. Quite a warm welcome. And on that note, if you're into customization, you'll also enjoy the following. If you're fed up with the default powder blue folder icons, you can mix things up a bit by changing them to this, or this, or this, I guess. If you want to know where to find that option, watch this video next and discover 9 additional insanely useful Mac features. Alright, I will see you there. Thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day.